Hey y'all, welcome back to Memaw's house. I'm in the kitchen today doing some baking. I haven't baked in a while since I was fasting. You know, that baking thing kind of fell by the wayside. But anyway, I am going to bake a chocolate pound cake. My family wanted some dessert, so that's what I'm going to fix them. I'm going to do that, and hopefully you'll enjoy this recipe and you'll give it a try. Come on, let me get my apron on and let's get to cooking. Here are the ingredients that we'll be using for our chocolate pound cake. We'll have 3 cups of sugar, 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of chocolate powder, 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, 6 eggs, they're at room temperature, 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter at room temperature, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of salt. And of course, these ingredients will be listed down in the description box. In my mixing bowl, I'll place my sticks of butter and the block of cream cheese. I'll mix these together, and take note, both of these are at room temperature. I'm going to measure out my 3 cups of granulated sugar. After I mix my butter and cream cheese together, I will go ahead and slowly add my granulated sugar. I'll mix that with the butter and cream cheese mixture until it's nice and fluffy. That may take about 5 to 7 minutes. Now that our butter and sugar and everything has been creamed together, we'll go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl and get all the goodness off the sides to make sure everything is incorporated. Then we'll add our eggs one at a time, but let me crack them first. Hold on. And you know, it goes without saying, I'm cracking them in a separate container because I don't want eggshell in my batter. And this allows me to see if there are any eggshells that get in there before it reaches my batter. Of course, I'm going to beat my batter and beat those eggs in until I no longer see the yolk. Once the yolk disappears, then I add another egg. Now that we have our wet ingredients all pulled together, let's go ahead and get our dry ingredients in a sifter. Now, as you probably know, cake flour generally comes pre-sifted, but because I'm adding these other ingredients, I'm going to sift it again to make sure that it all gets incorporated together. Now that the wet ingredients have been mixed and the dry ingredients have been sifted, let's go ahead and add our vanilla, and then we can combine the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. And of course, I do my final mix by hand so that I can know that I've incorporated everything from the bottom of the bowl to the top of the bowl. Okay, the batter is ready, so let's go ahead and prepare our pan. I'm going to use, of course, because this pan has a lot of nooks and crannies, I'm going to use the spray because that gets it all in there and I know that every inch is covered. Okay, the batter is in the pan and I'll tap out any air bubbles off camera, and you've seen me do that before. I'll post a video up above so that you can see how I tap out those air bubbles. We'll get it into a 325-degree oven for an hour and 15 minutes is what the recipe calls for, but we'll see. Now I'm going to mix up my glaze, but while I mix up my glaze, I want to thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for showing up each week, for watching my videos and commenting. I love your comments and I appreciate your support. So if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to do so. We would love to have you over here at Memaw's house. I like having visitors in my kitchen while I'm stirring up goodies for my family. So let's go ahead and mix up this glaze and get the cake done. I'm using butter extract in my glaze this time, and my camera didn't want to focus on that. It wanted to focus on the glaze, so I'm going to let it do its thing because I told y'all I got a new camera for Christmas, and here it is almost February and we still working with it. So I'm using butter extract, having said all that, for my glaze. Let's go ahead and mix it. I am doing something a little bit different. I'm using some of the International Delights coffee creamer in the sweet cream flavor that is going to add something delicious to this glaze. Now, if you don't have International Delights coffee creamer on hand, you can always use evaporated milk or plain white milk and vanilla. It will add almost the same flavor to it. The only difference is it won't have the sweetness that the creamer has to it. Now that the cake is done, I'm going to let it rest in the pan for about 10 minutes. Then I'll turn it out, let it cool for a half hour or so that I can put my glaze on without the glaze melting. So listen to some good music while I get all of that done. Okay, y'all, so my cake is done and I'm going to go ahead and cut it. It only took about an hour, maybe a little under an hour, 55 minutes I believe it took to bake the cake. I did bake it on 325 and it was smelling the house up deliciously. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it and get my taste testers in to see if they like it. Okay, let's do this. I got a different taste tester today. Noah James. Okay. Let him get a little piece here. Let me help you.
Okay, thank you.
That tastes pretty good.
Mmm.
You like it?
Yeah, the icing is good with it.
Good, I'm glad. So there you have it. Noah James said the icing is good with it. I hope you give this recipe a try. My taste testers liked it. Y'all be blessed. Bye. Thank y'all so much for watching today's video, and thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate each one of you, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. So, here are a couple more videos for you to enjoy, and y'all be blessed. Bye.